Hey guys, this is Zach with Louisiana Gridiron Football, and today I'm joined with senior Denham Springs High School quarterback John McDaniel. John, how are you doing this afternoon,
Doing
man?
great. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm glad to have you here. So, anytime we bring a player in, we usually like to ask them one simple question, and that question is, what is your favorite play? So we do that to kind of gauge your football IQ. So obviously you have your favorite concept or favorite play drawn up over there on the whiteboard. Can you go ahead and kind of break that down for us?
All right, so this is one of my favorite plays. It's called Indian. It's RPO off of inside zone. So we're reading this backer right here. If he commits to the run, we're gonna flip our hips and throw the slant. And the slot receiver, he's gonna sit down in space. If the backers wall him off, he's gonna sit down. But if they both blitz down, he's gonna keep running into space and hopefully beat these guys one high or two high. Now, if they're playing man, and I do happen to pull, this is our backup and a little mini dig. The X, who's the singled up receiver, he's got our pre-snap gift based off of leverage, and giving the ball if they're playing to the concept.
We had the opportunity to go ahead and talk back in March, and if you guys haven't already checked out that article, I will leave the link in the description below, and while you're there, please go ahead and subscribe to the magazine. So, obviously one of the things we talked about back in March was kind of your development and some influential coaches, but I know now you have a new coach who is
Brett Beard.
So I know with bringing new concepts and new schemes on into the football team, how do you feel mentally with you and your team kind of going into the season?
We feel very excited, very pumped about this season. We have high expectations for this year, and I'm very excited. My team is very excited.
So how has your new coach kind of helped you give you the controls and put you at the helm, kind of differentiating from last year?
Yeah, so Coach Beard is all about, if we have the tools to run a certain type of offense, we're going to run a certain type of offense. And we have the tools to run a spread, RPO-based offense, so we're going to run that, and we're going to be good at it.
So I know you're very determined, I know you're fueled by pressure. Coming off a bit of a disappointing season last year, as well as this being your senior year, how do you feel mentally prepared to take on this team for this season?
I'm pretty prepared. I think I still have work to do. I'm just excited to be the leader, and I think the guys around me are very excited. I'm just got to keep my head down and keep moving.
So who are some of the guys, you mentioned some guys on your team, who are some guys on your team right now who are going to contribute to y'all's run this season?
Wide receivers, Troy Goldman. He's a very good playmaker, got great hands. Micah Harrison, fast slot receiver. Preston Holwager, great receiver on the outside. Terrell Robertson, obviously, he's a good receiver too. And then got good running backs, Ray McNeely, Cam Kelly, and Lex Randall. And our tight ends, Miles Edwards and Andrew Goodwin, are great big guys that can block. And then on defense, we have some really great guys, Amari Warren, Chris Smith at nose guard, some great safeties, DeMondre Williams at corner, and then Braden Bourgeois and a bunch of other guys.
Yeah, so I know obviously it's been a little weird with COVID in terms of training, and obviously I've seen you out in your front yard on Twitter throwing balls. How has it progressed since March? How has your training since March progressed till now, and how have your guys kind of come together?
Yeah, so in March we stopped working out together as a team because of the coronavirus, and we had little groups that would go and follow the guidelines and everything, but now we're back to school, working out in groups of 25, and we're definitely picking up the intensity, and we're looking pretty good right now.
Right. So obviously you've been putting in the work. What is one part of your throwing or your game that you felt that you've really kind of accomplished since March in the training that you've been putting in right now?
Well, since March, I think my feet have gotten a whole lot better. Last year, my feet were lagging a little bit, and sometimes it threw me off on my throws.
Right.
But this year, my feet seem to be on point right now. There's still work to do, but definitely a lot better.
Right, of course. So, coming into your final year and kind of looking back on your past 3 seasons leading to your football team, what are the biggest takeaways or life lessons that you kind of learned from leading the team?
Well, we have to have leadership to be successful. If you don't have a leader, then you're just running around blindly. And sometimes whenever you get knocked in the mouth, you really can't just give up. We had games where we got knocked in the mouth and we just gave up. And there were other games where we got knocked in the mouth and we didn't give up.
Right.
We came out on top. But,
right.
Just some life lessons like that can really shape you.
Right, of course. So I know this is a pivotal time for you in recruiting, that you've already had some schools kind of come up to you. But what are some ways in terms of skills and attributes that coming out of high school right now you could contribute to a collegiate program?
Well, I feel like I have a strong arm. I have a good size for the most part. I still have a good frame to build off of. I have a good IQ of the defense. Leadership quality is very good, I think, and I think I could just be a good asset to anyone that wants me.